Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to Variable Play Network News. News, where we try to give you the latest news twice a month. And my name is Denmark, and with me is right over there, Mr.
Jake
Tabletop.
Fernandez po, nag-uulat.
And also,
Ronan Teruel, up for news.
Yan! All right, here we go. So, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us, and thank you, everybody. And let's get into the news with our headlines, and it will be brought to you by
May sponsor ba tayo? May sponsor.
Sir Jake
Akala
Fernandez.
ko brought to you by Bear Brand or something. Wala naman pala tayo sponsor.
All right, Jake.
Okay, so our first
what's
headline
up?
today, the impact of COVID-19 on the shipping of board games. So this is generally happening across all industries, di ba?
Yes.
All industries rely on global shipping lanes in order to be able to get the goods to us, and that includes our board games, di ba? And we saw that happen. That a snapshot of that happened when the evergreen, the beautiful evergreen na ngayon na nasa picture, got stuck in the Suez Canal for close like what, 4 days? Suez Canal. Baka meron tayong mga mga viewers na who are more grammatically correct. So we're seeing this slowdown in the shipping industry also start to affect board games, right?
Yes.
We're seeing it in Kickstarter. So if you look at recent Kickstarters have started to say in their cost, di ba, cost estimate, that our shipping will be a bit higher because of higher shipping costs globally. Recently, si Patrick Leader of Leader Games also posted something similar. Sabi niya, he expects shipping costs to go up by as much as 3 times to 6 times
My
over the next few
gosh.
months.
Does it also mean our games will be expensive?
So
That
your
means
route expansions, guys.
your root expansions, buy them now because the next reprint of root will
gonna
have
be really
shipping costs on
expensive.
top. So what he's saying is the bigger companies might be able to tack on this extra cost and not pass it to the consumers, but the smaller companies might have to increase their costs in their board games, or at worst delay their games, right? They can wait out this higher cost of shipping currently happening, and then ship the games later on. So that might be late Kickstarters, late games. So
Man.
this shipping issue goes
test,
beyond.
EQ
It's an
test.
EQ test, guys.
Right.
EQ
Yeah.
test. Serious tayo ngayon. Yung mga vegetarian dyan, baka kailangan natin hindi muna gumastos on games. I don't know if
Right.
what do you guys think about it?
I read about that also. Some of the companies will bite the bullet and just pay for the additional shipping costs, but they're also asking for donations if you're willing to help them also. And some will really delay, like a year, another year delay, just to, let this pass over, no? So
Hindi ako magdo-donate, Chong. Ako, magdo-donate ka ba? Ako
you
hindi ako
paid already,
magdo-donate.
right? Premium price, and you're gonna
Hindi
donate.
na, hintayin ko na lang, pare. Sana ako
Sa akin naman, I'm more concerned about siguro how this impacts the smaller players, like
Yeah.
those who ship like personally, no? And how our local logistic partners will handle this issue,
Yeah,
no?
good point.
Like for example, will LBC prices go up? Diba? I know Jake in Denmark
Yes.
also uses like these personal, diba? These logistic partners to bring like boxes din, diba, from the States.
Correct.
Oo. Hindi ko alam kung napansin or meron na bang changes that has happened or meron na bang announcement in terms of those players in
That's
our
interesting, no? That's
in our
interesting.
community.
Some of them, the forwarders, have already started to increase their costs. So some of them have started to say na the handling fee is gonna go up. So we know right now that they're actually willing to pass on some costs to the customers. So we haven't seen actual shipping costs to go up, but that might also happen. And even yung mga local distributors, local stores rely on shipping, not just us who ship personally, diba, through Balikbayan
Yeah.
boxes. They also rely on ocean freight. So they might pass on the costs to us. I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay, tighten your belts or give up your hobby. Is that what you're saying?
Or
Some-
you
Or
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 air
magpapansit canton ka na lang muna. Diba?
Right. All right.
Or
Okay.
gaano ba kalapit to magiging sa prices ng um, sending it over through planes
Air?
or ano? Yeah,
Oh.
air
Air will
shipping.
be more expensive.
Air will be more
Yeah,
expensive.
exactly. It's gonna be more expensive, but it was a marginal difference kasi, di ba? Before versus
So
ano.
so we'll see. Maybe people will get together and pool their resources just so they could do air freight instead of just waiting out. If it's gonna cost the same, right? So just do airfare. Why not?
Yeah.
But airfare is not affected by this issue, because airfare
Yes,
is a
exactly.
different process altogether. So shipping,
Exactly.
by its nature, its logistics, this happens to it. We'll see. Baka that's a good point, no? Baka air becomes something more viable moving forward.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you for that, Jake. Next news. Capstone Games will be reprinting Orleans. And it's 2 expansions. Trade
Denmark,
and
lakasan mo
Trade
daw yung boses mo. Gamitin mo yung
And-
ano mo, yung
What?
yung diaphragm mo when you speak,
Trade
sabi
and
ni.
Intrigue. And
Sorry.
what was the other one?
Professional
I forgot
mic.
the other one. I forgot the other one. Trade and Intrigue. Invasion. They're gonna be reprinting it. But the reason why Capstone Games will be reprinting Orleans is because there are rumors, and we're saying it's rumors, it's not yet confirmed, that DLP and TMG, the ones who published Orleans, will be closing soon. So they're trying to liquidate their assets, or at least get their games out there so that they're still gonna have money because of selling games, right? So I'm sad because there are a lot of TMG games that are really good. Harbor, Crusaders, they will be done. Oh, Orleans.
Yeah.
How do you feel
Ako
about these
Orleans
guys?
lang sorry ah. Ako Orleans lang.
They did a lot. Yung Yokohama was.
They did that
in
also. Oh,
in
yeah,
deluxe.
right.
Yeah, they were.
Yokohama, you're right. Ron's favorite. That's one of Ron's favorite games.
Yes, rightfully so.
All right. Okay, next. Wow, headline news. We're hitting it quick, guys. We're hitting it quick. So good. Next is that.
Use your diaphragm voice when you.
Here we go. Convention season is back. Hey, wait, I forgot about this. Convention season is back. And it will be on September 16 for Gen Con until September 19. And then Origins for September 30 to October 3. And Spiel. October 14 to October 17. So that gives us hope.
Yes.
Conventions are coming back. Yes, we have a PowerPoint. I'm sorry, I forgot that. All right.
And
So
I
we're
think
so
there's
professional.
there's still tickets available for these events, right? So pwede pang
Yeah, I
humabol, guys.
So
I
so
don't
are you
know.
saying they're moving away from virtual conventions, which was the height of what they were doing last year, diba?
Yes.
Now we're back to
They will
actual
be ready
meet
for the
up
face-to-face.
conventions.
It's now face-to-face.
Man. Amazing.
Right. So something to look forward to. Maybe we might be able to do our conventions again if this pans out to be well. So why not? Yeah.
I will do a political message right now. Pwede ba 'yon? Sasabihin ko, guys, magpa-vaccinate na kayo. Because that's one reason why these countries are now able to do conventions again. America is very far ahead in their vaccination. Kaya nagluwag na sila on their mga things that restrict these meetups. So hopefully something similar to us also can happen.
Yeah, but there's also news that not a lot of publishers will be in these conventions.
Yeah,
Some of them
I
can't
heard.
fly over. Some of them just choose not to go. So, logistics-wise, I don't think
Yeah, I'm wondering also the attendance. Paano siya
how
lalabas
it's
kaya?
gonna
Like,
be, right?
is it gonna be like as cutthroat as before? Yung mga lines for games, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
that's for sure. And I think I'm seeing some of the comments right now. They're saying that there's not a lot of publishers
Yeah.
coming in yet. So maybe a lot of apprehension still on the publishers to bring their games. And I still see, like, we were gonna report this, but we took it out. But AEG just released a Kickstarter today for people who cannot attend the convention, right? So they're still preparing. Na yung laman ng Kickstarter na yon was to get games that they would release during the Gen Con
During
season.
Gen Con.
Oh wow, that's
Diba?
good.
Diba? So that's interesting. They're still thinking a lot of people will have apprehension. They're still keeping channels open na yung people who will not attend. So, but this is good sign, right? Na parang we're moving back towards face-to-face conventions.
Slowly getting back to normal.
And it's very interesting because in the recent years, if you remember, the news behind Gen Con was it was overcrowded. Right? Nakita niyo ba yung news na yun?
And now
Na Gen
there's
Con, they were
more
thinking
in Gen Con.
about they need to move out. But now parang, okay,
Yeah.
well, parang nag-restart.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard reset,
exactly.
no? So good at some point. Well, it's still bad for because you don't see all the games, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this
I'm
is gonna pan
also
out.
wondering, no, how the sales went for the 2020 publishers that attended Gen Con do sa virtual nila. Kasi it might be one of the reasons why they won't be attending this year's Gen Con, aside from, of course, the COVID-19 pandemic, is because baka umabot naman dun sa threshold nung,
Yeah,
nung
they might
sales
reach and
nila.
have a new problem.
Maraming inputs yung mga tao sa chat on vaccination, and some are safe to share and some are medyo delikado yung sinabi ni Keo. Keo, hindi natin ma-share yung mo. Gusto namin ma-monetize to someday itong
Alright.
itong video na to.
So those are our news headlines for this this 2 weeks. Those are our news headlines. So we're gonna go to board gaming news, and here comes Jake again for our
Wow.
news. Here we
What
go,
is he-
Jake.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so this segment is just a hit by hit of new games na are coming in that we think are interesting. So Great Western Trail, second edition, hashtag baka naman, guys.
Baka naman.
Baka naman.
Tagal,
So
guys,
we
tagal
know.
yung pinag-isipan
There's your
yung hashtag
jokes.
na yun, please.
Di ata bibenta kay Morgan tong mga joke ko. But anyway, Great Western Trail is coming up with a new second edition. With the second edition, they announced that a couple of months back. And yung second edition is a trilogy. So,
Yes.
I was corrected by Adrian in the forums na geographically, malayo daw yung West Virginia sa Kansas. Well, Adrian, malay mo lang dun sa second game, nasa West Virginia tayo. Di natin alam. Di mo alam. Baka naman. Di ba? Exactly.
Baka naman, they're moving.
So wait, what's different beside the front cover?
Well, one, sabi ni Martin, hindi na raw creepy yung box cover. So that's a good point, Martin. And merong new things that they're gonna introduce as part of this game. There's a solo mode
Yes.
for people who like to play solo. So that's good.
Wow.
There's a
Okay.
new player board, and I thought, nakalimutan ko nung tawag dito, yung recessed boards. Yung parang
Yes,
you
exactly.
All
So,
right.
imbes na,
So, may harang.
pag may umubo sa board, sa table, hindi na maaalog yung mga pieces. May new buildings, hopefully I guess some balance changes in some
Yes.
of it. And then they're releasing it in Gen Con this year.
This
So
year.
we were saying na publishers are holding back, but some of them are still gonna push through with interesting releases. So Gen Con, usually that's an August thing. They're doing it in September, but this is still happening. Baka naman.
Yeah.
Baka naman.
Interesting
All right.
din yung cows that grow older.
Hindi ko
Oh, yeah,
naintindihan
from
yun. So
cat
there's
to cow.
may evolution, parang Pokemon. Oh, napasok ko talaga, di ba?
Here we go.
Squirtle, gano'n. Your cow evolved into
Grow older.
Okay.
grow old.
They
Okay.
improve it,
Alright.
I guess, I suppose.
All right, boys. Next news. Ron?
Okay. What is it? Okay. So, where's our picture?
Sorry.
All right.
Working on it.
Okay. Right. So, it's been announced. Also available for pre-order. The Kadan 3D edition is back. So, you see those wonderful mountains, huh?
I don't know
Yeah,
how to
okay.
feel about this.
Those
Yeah, exactly. But there will always be a market for this, no? So Catan 3D edition is up for pre-order in their store. So it costs around $300. Exactly $300.
Wow.
Yeah.
15,000 pesos.
Yes.
3D
Barya lang yung
card.
kay Denmark, pare.
Wait.
But really,
Barya lang yun.
Sino
Pag
yung-
na-monetize
sino
namin
yung
tong video na
naghanap?
to, guys. Pag na-monetize namin tong video na to.
Sino naghanap ng complete set ng Marvel?
Oy, wala pa.
Marvel
Wala pa.
United.
Hindi ko pa nasa-swipe yun. Wala pa yun.
Wow! Swipe!
Sorry.
There
Paano,
you go.
ano,
That
babayaran ko in
answers
cash?
everything.
Babayaran ko in cash.
so, yun, interesting. There's a 3D terrain, better player pieces. I'm not so sure about the cards though. They could have improved siguro, but it looks like they're still using the same
Still the
artwork.
same art. Right?
Exactly. But the terrain is 3D. So, I think terraforming Mars improvements also had some of these before, 3D printed, di ba?
Mm.
So, yun. It's an interesting take, no? Because
Still not
back in
warrants that
2005,
$300.
back in 2005, there's a more pricier edition, di ba? Yung Catan 3D collection. Collector's edition. Di ba?
Mhm.
So that one featured like a wooden box where all the components were boxed in. So, yeah. But this time around,
Box.
Yeah, there's
Wooden
a
box,
wooden
it's a crate,
that
man.
holds everything, right?
it holds
Interesting.
everything inside. Yes. So similar to your Small World Collector's edition.
Oh my god, I love my designer edition. The one
yeah,
that
designer edition.
I paid so much money for, and I've only played once in my life. I love it.
Yun. So there you go. So that's for the Catan 3D edition.
Meron akong question though. Is the what is the robber piece in this game? I didn't see it in the picture.
Interesting. I haven't
Kasi
seen a picture of the robber.
So kung wala, it's very interesting.
Baka mini na siya.
May mini. Tapos meron akong nakita in Reddit na sabi niya, pinalitan daw niya yung robber piece niya with Thanos. Alam mo kung bakit? Alam mo kung bakit?
Farmer.
Hindi lang. Farmer, yes. Tapos alam mo kung bakit Thanos? Because he takes exactly half of what you have.
Exactly.
I love it. I love
Okay. Cool. All right.
Valid replacement.
valid replacement. Thanos, replace your robbers with the Thanos piece.
From what's that game from USOpoly? Thanos Rising. You can play
Thanos Rising, yung katigay na ganun. Yung mga ganun.
Lagay mo, mukhang sakto yung...
Sa gitna.
Sakto yung size dyan eh.
Right. All right, this next
Okay.
two news you've already heard for some time, but we want to share it with you. The first one is... guys, there's a new Zombicide! Army of the Dead! As if there wasn't any Zombicide.
Surprise,
Pang,
guys.
pang ilang zombicide na
How
to?
many Zombicides
Pang ilang-
are there already? I have no idea.
After
Too
First
much.
Dead,
Too much.
Second.
The base game, guys. After releasing the second
the
edition.
Cowboys, the Greenhorn, the Space Zombicide, the George Romero Zombicide. There's like 8 or 10 Zombicides. I have no idea.
Does anybody
But, hey.
in chat collect Zombicide? And can you let us know, like, do you keep on collecting? Are you gonna collect this? This is crazy, man.
It is.
Mhm.
It really is. No.
It's crazy.
So-
But hindi namin i-judge. Go lang.
Yeah, if that's what you want, right?
Go lang. Kaya nga namin binalita kasi gusto namin
Yeah.
Make sure
Zombicide.
sa inyo
Alright, so
that
that's
there
something
is
to
another
look forward
Zombicide
to
game.
if you're a Zombicide fan. The next is Unfathomable. This is news. and
paano
everybody-
pronounce?
Isa pa.
Unfathomable.
Tumabol.
So they're saying that this is BSG reprinted. Is it true? There's a
Yes.
whole hoopla about this one.
Yes,
That it's
yes,
not
yes.
that FFG is trying to
So
stay
basically,
away
it is
from
a
that
Battlestar
topic.
Galactica reskin.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what they're
So
saying.
the game is called
right, okay.
Unfathomable. The story behind this is because, of course, the Battlestar Galactica license to do the games is already out. The show has been gone for a while. They probably didn't renew it anymore. But they still, usually in board games, publishers will hold the rights to the mechanisms of the game, right? So what they can do is just do a straight reskin and improve it. So what they're doing, so FFG is doing what they've always done: make everything Cthulhu.
Exactly.
Hey, milking that cow until it dries up.
Exactly. FFG loves their Cthulhu games.
Right? I'm looking forward to
Hey,
Cthulhu.
I have a new game. Yeah, what's the theme? I have nothing. Slap
I
Cthulhu
have-
on it. That's gonna be good.
Slap Cthulhu and then sell it to FFG. FFG will want
Cthulhu,
it.
why not? All right, so those are the.
Have you played
Two-
BSG before? Has anybody played BSG?
I've played a version of
I
it,
have.
Dark Moon.
Oh, Baka
Or-
naman, milking that cow, baka naman. Parang hindi kayo masaya, but I haven't played it, so I'm looking forward to this one.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
Ron,
All right,
next
so
one, sir.
Tales of the Arabian Nights. So the third edition will have its final printing. Um, when? I think it's already
It's ongoing.
in the
It's ongoing.
yeah. It's already in
The
the
printing
works.
isn't going in
No,
China.
I mean, this is the third printing
The
right
printing.
now.
I
Yeah,
see,
the
I
third
see.
printing. Exactly. So this is also the third edition, right? It was the same that was released in 2015. Okay. Interesting enough, this will be the last edition that will
Printing.
be printed by Z-Man.
Mm.
All right. Yeah. So if you want a copy of this that has a Z-Man on it and not been touched, no, because I think they will be reworking it, but under another publisher.
Different theme.
Definitely,
Right,
Same
yeah,
right,
theme
right.
or different publisher?
different publisher. Definitely,
But
Z-Man is
same
letting
theme.
go of this.
Right.
Yeah, yes,
Right.
same
Alright.
theme,
Yeah.
but
Cool.
a few rework of the mechanics. So basically, Arabian Nights is a storytelling game. Uh, it's based on the choose your own adventure kind of mechanics, wherein you play as one of as anything. Actually, you
So
can be
what's your
transformed
best
into anything.
Tales of Arabian Nights experience, man?
Comparison. What
Nah,
me?
what is your best story in Tales of Arabian Nights?
Uh, it's so weird. I've been transformed into a bear and at the same time changed my sex preference,
What?
my gender
You
preference.
became a female bear.
Yes, exactly. This is
A
a
Care
fun
Bear.
game.
You became a Care Bear.
Hey,
This is a
there
fun
are
story.
male Care Bears.
They're male Care Bears, right? Sorry.
It's a fun storytelling game, really. One because it's an open-ended. There's no set goals. It's up to the players how they want to set the final goals that they want to achieve, and just really continue on the storytelling as much as you can. It's a great game for me. I mean, I'm not so sure with the Euro people, but for me, definitely the
Yeah,
Anong
it's fun.
sinasabi mo? Anong sinasabi mo?
the
Ayaw
random-
namin ng fun?
But the
The
important
randomness.
thing is you have fun.
Exactly.
Porket gusto namin ng cubes, ayaw namin ng fun.
Okay, next story.
All right, so
Whoa,
if
see?
you want your third
See, heard
edition
that?
of the Tales of the Arabian Nights, get it now before it
Yeah,
runs
so
out
this
or
will be
before Z-Man
if
ends.
if you want an FFG version, this is the last chance for you.
Before
to
this becomes
have an
Cthulhu.
FFG. Before this comes Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
All right. Our next news is something that you might consider for your family. If you're a fan of Chronicles of Crime, there's gonna be a new game, and it's called Kids Chronicles. Oh, okay. Kids Chronicles Quest for the Moonstones. So maybe you can introduce your kids to the Chronicles of Crime type of game where you're going to an adventure and trying to find out where the moonstones are, because let's face it, Chronicles of Crime is not family friendly. Even especially if you have those 3D glasses.
Let me
and you look
guess.
through
Let me
it.
guess. Is it the word crime that makes it not family friendly? Let me guess.
I think so. So
Alright.
if you're interested with this one, maybe you can. It's gonna be releasing soon.
So it
I can't
uses the
remember.
same mechanics of
Yes,
Chronicles
it
of
uses
Crime.
the same
Alright.
QR codes where you scan it with your phone, and then you follow the same. Basically, it plays the same, but I think the story is for kids.
I hope you can
more
use the same.
KO is asking in the chat if it has goggles. So I guess it will use
I
the
think
goggles.
you can
instead.
use- I think you can
hope you
use
can
the
use your same
first
goggles from Chronicles of Crime.
That
I
sounds
don't
if
think
you're
you can
gonna
buy
a
it
new one, right?
separately.
No, in
You
Chronicles
can.
of Crime, you buy the
You can.
you buy the
Buy
goggles.
separate.
It's an expansion.
Really? This
It
is a
comes with an
capitalist
expansion
move, man.
story.
What is happening? So but you're gonna say you don't have to pass your goggles. You just buy your own goggles.
Or better yet, make your own goggles.
No,
3D
interesting.
goggles.
Yes.
All right. So
All
look,
right.
watch out for that one. And then recently we had
Yes!
a mini-con. You guys
Yes!
been here? Martin's
Yes,
birthday.
yes.
Martin is in the chat. Martin, are you still in the chat? I saw
Yes,
you.
belated-
Happy birthday.
belated.
Happy birthday, my man.
So we had a mini-con, and it's amazing to have a mini-con, especially during this time.
During this time,
that
yeah.
we could just hang out together. We made our own room and just hang out there and just chat
Hey,
with each
Martin.
other. That's what we did. So There were 166 people who attended. That's good. See, 166 people who played games with scheduled games, 36 scheduled games, 9 impromptu out of the out of the program games. There were a lot of games being demoed by local designers. Play tested 12 games.
Wow.
So there will be new up and coming games that are from local designers. And the most play tested, I'll give you one chance. What's the most play tested game? What do you think, guys?
Play
the hype right
tested
now.
game.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, baka I might say the wrong game.
13
Oh,
Paradox
by
was
Nick.
the most play
Yeah.
tested game during this
By Nick. Amazing.
That's
Taralaro
great.
Con. And most of the games that were played were party games, Codenames, Letter Jam, Song Leo. So all in all, it was a great convention. Right? People
That's
meeting
nice.
new people, playing new games. So hopefully we can
And
do
yeah, the
a lot
designers,
more.
it was a really good avenue for them to have playtests.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love how organized Martin was in doing this one. Like in the run up to the event, he had like surveys, he had registrations. It was very organized, and that all led to this very successful event, right? So, good job, Martin, and hopefully
Good
we have
job.
more of
Good
this,
job on your
right?
team. Right,
Mhm.
right.
Good job.
Looking
Oh, good job,
forward to
Martin, and
more.
his team, because I'm sure he didn't do it on his own.
We will do better next time. Hopefully,
Hopefully,
Martin
public
says.
next
Right.
time. Bakit? Kasi private yung
Yeah,
Discord
by
channel.
invite.
I
No,
guess.
it's not actually by invite. If you wanna go, you register.
You basically just ask someone. Yeah.
Basically, ask someone who knows someone who knows.
I was there.
someone
I went
who
into the
knows
Discord
someone.
channel. Hindi ako nakapaglaro. But I was
We were
there.
there.
So I
We
saw.
were just hanging out.
I saw you. Yeah, you did play. Yeah.
There you go. All right, so that's our BG news, and finally, here's our crowdfunding roundup.
Kailangan may sound
Round
dito.
up.
Crowd. Kailangan may army march
Alright.
when we do this.
What's our first game? I think most
Here
followers
you go,
of
Ron.
this
Take it
game.
away.
Yeah, so most followers of this game is aware that it's already out. But if you have missed the hype of Lords of Hellas, you can now enter that
Hype
that
machine.
realm basically. So Lords of Ragnarok, I think the preview is already out in GameFound. So this is the spiritual successor of Lords of Hellas. Well, the publisher says it's not a reskin. They'll be reworking some mechanics of the game. But it's still going to be a dudes on the map kind of game. So it's an
Alright.
area
Looks
control.
like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But of course, the draw for the fan base, I guess, will be the minis of this game, if you can still call it that. I know that
Minis and Vikings.
I know that
It's
the
not
minis aren't
Vikings.
minis at all. I think Awaken Realms is the first publisher to really go out of its way to produce like bigger plastic models. I mean, which
Bigger,
followed yung sa
big
Cthulhu
minis.
Death May Die, diba? Yun nga yung sobrang laking Cthulhu. Yun. So, but if you are
Not the
interested,
miniature.
watch out. It's already out in preview. So wala pa yung pledge at GameFound. So that's Lords of Ragnarok by Awaken
All right.
Realms.
I'm excited
Next.
for this.
Yeah.
I
know you have your-
Morgan, ibabak natin to. Morgan, I see you in the chat.
Oh no.
Oh,
Morgan,
no.
sorry, Ronnie.
Andyan si Ronnie. Ayan, sana.
All right. This
Alright,
one, I
okay,
don't
so-
have anything for this, but it's Masters of the Universe, right, Ron?
Masters of the Universe. So those
He-Man.
yeah. So basically
Ano ba sinasabi?
this is under C. Is this Simon? Sorry.
There's a Simon 1,
Mhm.
and then there's a one under GameFound. So I guess that's Awaken or something. It's a different publisher, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
I
now
think
we're
so.
moving into He-Man, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. My Little
so
Pony.
I guess siyempre yung target market will be the ones who's back in the 80s or 90s nostalgia. 90s ata to, nice.
80s.
Ay,
80s.
naku, di
Oh,
ko
yeah.
alam yan.
Oh, Tito.
Ed and Eddie na yung pinanood ko eh. Cow and Chicken. Yun na yung mga ano.
Eddie Cow and Chicken, Ren and Stimpy.
I saw a fig of Masters of the Universe, the Lockjaw,
Mhm.
Trapjaw. I forgot his name. It was old, right? Trapjaw.
Yeah.
So
I
looks
think
good.
the most recent news is about the mechanics of the game. Dun sa publisher site. I think it's uh, it's different in a sense is that you can use both sides as the game progresses. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
really so sure about this one, but you can use both the hero side and the Skeletor side. So parang yeah.
You can be
So
good or you
medyo
can be
hilaw
bad,
pa siya
whichever
eh.
you
Yeah.
want, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So
But
watch out for that.
the releasing segment by segment, there's already 5 news released for Masters of the Universe. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Okay,
All right.
next.
Archon
It's
Studios is the publisher. I just checked it
The other
now.
one.
So
The other one, I think.
Archon
Yeah.
Studio, yeah.
you have
Correct.
Okay.
more crowdfunding news, Ron?
Yes. What is next? All right. I think here. So Kickstarter, we have Scarface 1920.
Oh, I like
So it's a mix.
this.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Oh,
Scarface
Mafia.
1920. It's a mix of worker placement, deck building, and area control. So the setting is in Chicago, basically during the era of U.S. prohibition. So yung alcohol and yeah. So
Bawal
yung basically
uminom. Bawal lumabas. Bawal uminom.
bawal
Sabi nga
lumabas
ni Kim Chiu.
exactly. So so Scarface 1920,
Dudes on a map? Is
you
this
play as
dudes
a
on a map?
mob. Yeah. Yes. It's also area control. So there's
Mm-hmm.
three main mechanics working around in this game. So there's worker placement, deck building,
Mm-hmm.
and area control. So you play a mob boss, and hopefully at the end of the game, you try and run Chicago all by
The,
yourself.
the production looks
Oh,
amazing,
so
man.
nice.
Yeah.
And the word deck
And
building, just I see it. I'm just signing up for it
you
immediately.
see, you see the deck building.
Easy deck building. I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
done.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Oh,
So
cool. Reds and Games. I
that's
don't know this publisher though.
yes. I
They're
think it's a
new.
new publisher.
Yeah.
According to their Kickstarter, will be their first project. So
Hopefully it
that's
So
becomes
again,
successful. They
yeah.
look
um,
the
It's
game looks really
already
nice.
fully funded. It's already fully funded.
Wow.
So if you want to add it to your list, guys, so go ahead.
and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Big Child Creatives is a known for minis painting. I think I think
Yes, I
for
think so.
minis.
I think so.
Yeah. So okay, so that's
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
All right. What's this
There you
one, Ron?
go. Okay,
This also
so
looks
next
nice.
up, by Skybound Games. This is Valor and Villainy, Ludwig's Labyrinth by Skybound Games. Yeah. So this is basically a sequel to Valor and Villainy, Minions of Mordak, released last year lang, 2020.
Mhm.
So Valor and Villainy,
Looks like
Minions of Mordak,
Hearthstone.
Ganda nito ah.
was originally a one versus many kind of game. So one plays as Mordak, the main antagonist of the game, and then of course the other players play as heroes. But Valor and Villainy Ludwig's Labyrinth is different. It's a standalone. It's not necessarily an expansion. It's a different game.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the in the realm of the Valor and Villainy. So it introduces a
Okay.
legacy style campaign.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's a
Sorry.
legacy style campaign.
Alam mo naman pag legacy, iba na.
So it's
Kailangan
a
magkita-kita na kayo lagi.
it can be a co-op. So it's a co-op game, and also there's a solo mode if I'm not mistaken. No? Yun.
This
So
looks
by
really
Skybound
nice.
Games.
I'm
Yeah.
loving the art though.
Looks
Have you
really
seen
nice. Right,
gameplay of
right.
it? So you're saying this is an expansion. So the previous
This isn't
game,
an
is it
It's
similar?
expansion.
standalone.
Or
I think
standalone?
it's
It's in the same world
Yes.
lang.
It's in
Okay.
the same world as Valor and Villainy, the first
Oh, okay.
game.
That's amazing. Oh, look at that. Okay, so
cool.
meron sa dulo. Let's
Yeah.
let's oogle at that.
June.
Let's oogle. Oh my god. That looks
Yeah, so
amazing,
basically
man.
Hey, it's
mini
today.
game. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
today. Okay.
So go back it now. I follow kasi
Morgan,
yung
stop your screen.
creator.
Don't look at this.
I follow the creator, James Hudson. So,
Okay.
yeah. The one who also
Board
did
gaming
Grim
spotlight, right?
Forest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the one who did Grim Forest. Yeah. So, yun yung mga games. I like the art actually, basically.
Art is really good. You have a
Art
few
is
more?
really good. Yeah.
Cool.
Two more. Basically, we have Power Rangers.
Tin,
my
Heroes of the
God.
Grid. Yeah, so it's an expansion to their Power Rangers Battle for the Grid
Oh
original
my god.
Kickstarter. So it adds more minis. of course, adds more characters to the
Mm-hmm.
universe. Um, the notable thing here is that I've seen the comments and people are like saying it's very accurate to not only the show but also the comics, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
I'm
So
about to gush about
Jake
it right
Jake
now.
has a lot of the comics of
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah,
Power
yeah,
Rangers.
yeah.
yeah.
So Shattered Grid is
Mm,
the big storyline of the Power Rangers comic books. Na parang revival siya of the Power Rangers comic books because it's been languishing, medyo pangit yung sales. But ito yung the writer did a very good story. So it's about an alternate version of Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
He comes from another universe, and in that universe, he never let go of his evil side. So, di ba yung story nung whole Power
I have no
Rangers?
idea.
yes.
Seriously.
Hindi alam ni Denmark to. Oh my
Oh
Seriously,
God.
I have no idea.
no.
So Tommy Oliver never reverted to the good side. He stayed
Okay.
bad, and he still got his powers, and then eventually took over the world. Whatever. So that
Oh,
Yeah.
happened.
okay.
Super
That
good
happened.
storyline. That happened.
Yeah.
Rita Repulsa team up. Tapos maganda yung story. Go
Well,
look it up.
spoilers. Thank you.
Hindi nga, yun yung setup. Ano ka ba? Yun yung setup ng story. No
Okay.
spoilers. Kung di mo napanood yung Power Rangers, wala, lahat na sa'yo spoiled.
And finally,
And also finally we have a more simpler game. It's called Nobel Run. It's also a deck builder
Mm.
by Pablo Garayzar.
Mhm.
So the aim of this game is you basically run a team of researchers. You publish articles, take part in international projects by using deck building mechanics. So your aim is for you to get that much sought after Nobel Prize at the end of
Mhm.
the game.
So
Cute.
it's Big
That's
Bang
it.
Theory, the cute game.
The
Cute
deck
game,
building
yeah.
game.
Deck building game. So it's a small box game. Yeah. So basically cards lang naman yan eh. Yeah.
Right. Oh,
All right.
okay.
So that's
Cool,
it.
cool,
Green
cool.
2. Bioman yung
Hearing
kay
those.
Keo. Iba naman yung Green 2.
All right. Any more?
That's it.
No.
That's it
All
for the
right.
roundup.
Cool.
Amazing!
Cool. So a lot of games to look forward to, and a lot of
Exactly.
Kickstarter games that you have to turn
Brace yourself.
and turn, brace yourself, turn away. Don't look, close your eyes, because there's gonna be a lot.
Don't
But
let your
thank you.
wives watch the show.
But thank you for joining us. Again, we mentioned that we're gonna be doing this twice a month, so it
Mhm.
might be every second and fourth week of the month. So if you also have news that you would want us to report or news that we might have missed, you can message us at Variable Play on the page. It's okay. You can just write their news and just write there the news that you want us to check out, and we're gonna report it on our next news report, news roundup. All right. So
All right.
Nabitin si
in
Morgan. Morgan, follow again in the next episode, man.
so in behalf of Jake and Ron, this is the VP Network Board Game News. And until next time,
Ngayon.
everybody, thank you for joining us. See you next time. Bye.
Bye!